Nick Ilkins, West Ham Fan TV, just come back from White Hart Lane virtually, where it was amazingly, Matt, West Ham 3, Tottenham 3. You couldn't have seen that after 20 minutes, mate, surely.
I think probably about 80% of the fans switched off after about 20 minutes. But I mean, right now, the best thing about that is right now, we're firing off so many messages on WhatsApp, giving the abuse back. Now, that's the best bit right now, because, I was getting so much flack, as I'm sure we all were, after about 30 minutes, and now we're just flinging it back. And smiling like a Cheshire cat, no? It's absolutely wonderful. What did you think?
Listen, I'll have my say in a minute, mate. This is about your say. Listen, it's I'm going to be fair to Tottenham, because I'm always fair when it comes to it. They look world class in the first 20, 25, and then they seem to, what's the word? They seem to pull off the accelerator.
Definitely. I mean, Mourinho, as much as a lot of us don't like him, or maybe his best days have gone, as some might say, his tactical knowledge is fantastic. I mean, you could see even from the setup in the defence, they kept the defensive line deep, which didn't allow Antonio space to run into behind him. He was very frustrated today, Antonio, like we've seen him in other games. And that was all Mourinho, and the press that they had against us, up the field, they didn't give us room. And most intelligently, they dropped both Song and Kane in the line between the midfield and the defence, and it caused us a huge amount of problems. Now, I mean, Rice looked out of place. The defence, well, we can't even talk about it in the first 20 minutes. I mean, it was 6s and 7s everywhere there. But, I mean, Mourinho set it up so well. But what can you say? I mean, give credit to Moyes. I mean, what he did in the substitutions, because Antonio again was getting pulled wide a lot. He was really frustrated. And for example, let's look at the second goal for the Sancho's own goal. Look at that little bit of build-up play, back to goal, takes steps, calm and composed, and releases that through ball to Chufau. I mean, that's what we don't get with Antonio, and it's nothing against Antonio. I'll never knock him for his effort, but he's that little bit. I mean, we look like, you said they look world class. We looked Sunday League without that class, without that touch of, creativity in the first half. A few things didn't go our way with the Fornals header, even though it was offside, a few things there. But I mean, that substitution, and amazing for Lanzini. I mean, that's the Lanzini that was before the World Cup injury Lanzini. That was a Lanzini that we all loved. And I mean, I don't know if this is going to be a building point to bring back that Lanzini. What do you think?
Well, I was just saying that to Dan just before I come on this, is that, that's what we've been missing from Lanzini. That's this little bit of speciality. Because I thought when he came on, mate, I thought he was quality, because he was one going at players, he was going past players. As I said before, him and Yarmolenko come on, we look a little bit headless chicken up front. They just brought that little bit of class up front.
That's it.
That's it. And obviously, the goal was great. Massive chance at 3-2 though for Bal, and they're going to be kicking themselves.
Yeah, well, and I want to talk about that one thing there, because I mean, Yarmolenko gets a lot of flack, and I've given him flack for when he messed up on the defensive line against Arsenal there, and we ended up losing that 2-1. But you know what? Right now, the players look hungry, because if you look, who was the man putting in, tumbling over Bale at the last minute? Number 7, Yarmolenko. Yeah. And that's what, there's competition in the team now. You can see Moyes shipped out 40 million Felipe Anderson on loan because he's not fitting in the system. Moyes' decision. But that's what we can see now. Yarmolenko got back all the way, bundled over Bale. Whatever he did, put the pressure on so he couldn't get the shot off, or correctly. And I mean, that's what we want to see, like we say, we're West Ham fans. We're used to not winning anything, but we want to see everybody give 100% every single time they get on the field, but as much as we're happy, mate, we can't let it go that the first half, like you said, was a complete shit show. It was defensively. I mean, is Dawson going to be the answer? I'd love to say yes. Balbuena, I mean, we can't play Creswell, Ogbonna and Balbuena. There is at least Diop gives us a little bit more speed in the defence, because mobility.
I mean, the way, I'll be honest with you, I'm going to criticise Balbuena here, because the way he showed him inside, That's schoolboy stuff.
Oh God!
That's schoolboy stuff.
I mean, and especially as that's not a situation where you need to take the ball. It's where you show him outside, hold him up, so we get 2 or 3 more men back, and we just close up defensively, you know, and then just you know, you don't need to lunge in there. That's the first thing. It's deter the attack, push him out wide, like you say. And I mean, I don't know if Kane was a ghost in the first half, because nobody seemed to pick him up in anything. I mean, the second goal, his goal, I mean, it's not often we criticize Rice either, but he had Kane next to him. There were 4 players around Kane, and he was sitting in that gap perfectly again, even though it was a small gap between the defense and the midfield. No one picked him up, nutmeg Rice, and got the shot off. I mean, you know, these little details. And I mean, what do you think if we'd attacked Tottenham like that from the get-go? Because Tottenham have not kept the clean sheet this season. Tottenham...
Yeah, defensively, they look bad. I don't think we put enough pressure on them. I'll be honest with you, Matt, I thought the substitutions come a little bit too late. I think they should have been done at 60. And if they'd have been done at 60, you never know what we might be talking about now.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, if I was Moyes, I would have said to Antonio, you're playing like a headless chicken. You're playing like a championship player. You're getting frustrated, pushing wide. They're not giving you space behind. I would have said, you know what, at halftime, you got 10 minutes. Start playing more. Link up play. Don't give that in 10 minutes like he didn't. Get him out on 55. You know, and bring in somebody with that quality, like you say, Yarmolenko with that quality. I don't know why Haller wasn't there. I mean, you know, a lot of ifs and buts about what's going on there. But I mean, that's where we need that famous plan B that we just are always begging out for, that we don't know. But I mean, like I say, so much bad. But I mean, to be honest, taking the game from them 3-3 probably is more satisfying than a win.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's all about points, but I mean, and like I say, we should have attacked.
Talking about points, Matt, sorry to butt in just before, because we have got a few more to go.
I know, but Aurier, why didn't we attack him more? He's terrible.
I know he's an awesome defender, but listen, we're talking about points. That's 7 points out of our first 5.
Yep.
Nobody could have seen that, especially after the Newcastle loss.
No, I mean, we're looking at it, talking about a different thing. I mean, again, Cresswell, I mean, you can't knock him in aerial battles because he does his best and it's not an easy job. But look at that ball he put in for Balbuena's goal. I mean, again, a wonderful set piece. I mean, you know, we're always a danger from set pieces. I mean, with those kind of balls in. And I mean, like you said, 7 points, mate. It's looking good. You know, but absolutely. I really hope that Moyes takes the first half and makes them watch it 3 or 4 times so that it really sinks in, you know, and I really hope that he learns now that the plan B works, you know, and like you say, if only does it early. But hey, mate, great to see you. You're looking fantastic. Take care of yourself and have a wonderful Sunday, mate.